Just a girl and her horse in the fading light, riding toward the colors painted overnight. Storm in the distance, lightning in the blue, but the sunset wrapped me up in every shade of truth. Oh, it felt like freedom. Just a girl and her horse. Flint carried me steady through the rugged ground. Every step was taking me closer to that sunset view. The sky was burning copper, rose and gold, a masterpiece unfolding like a story never told. I leaned into the moment, let the worries fall away, 'cause beauty like that don't come every day. Seen God's glory shine like that before. Just a girl and her horse in the fading light, riding toward the colors painted overnight.
Right, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all okay. And I had a vlog request. I have been away for the weekend, so I've not really answered anything or done any kind of vlogging. So I've been away and I had a vlog request, so I thought whilst I groom my girls, I will kind of talk to you a little bit about their histories. Obviously I am making this into a series, so first things first, we've got Tricky Lips here, who is also called Tricker, Trickster. She has been my main horse for a very long time. What's wrong? You got an itch, haven't you? I don't know, Farrier comes tomorrow, baby. We've done a little bit of everything with Trix. I've known her since I was 16. We were very, 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 very lucky to find her again back in 2015. I kind of lost track of her. What's wrong? I lost track of her when I went away to college and things like that. So she's been the main horse. We were incredibly lucky to have her back. But she is 50% mine, 50% my dad, so neither one of us can sell her. Not that she would ever be sold without the other one's authorization. So with her, she is 27 years old now. She's an old girl. Hi, I'm talking about you. She is an old girl. She is 17 too. She is a pure thoroughbred. She has raced in the past when she was a lot younger. She raced 15 times, won 5, came second in 3 and third in 2. No, wait, that's wrong. Yeah, and other times she didn't place at all. So Trix had an accident in a trailer tipped over and whoa, my thing's going. I don't know why it's doing that, but it is. Let's see if it'll balance there now. She had an accident in a trailer. We weren't obviously towing her when she was younger, where the trailer had flipped and she had another horse come on top of her, which damaged her muscle and ligament all in her back legs. So when we got her, she was obviously one of those we had to rebuild, remuscle up, get her nice and strong. And for Trickers, that did mean a lot of rehab. Now Trix is hi, one of the horses that has taught me an awful lot over the years. We've done dressage, we've done show jumping, we've done cross country, we've done team chasing, we've done fun rides, packing, an awful lot together. Yeah, baby. So with Trix, I do ride Trix in the pelham, as most of you would have seen. Normally, I don't tend to ride her in a snaffle if we're out hacking. The only time she's really in a snaffle is if we are obviously at a competition. Trix can be incredibly strong. She is not an easy ride. She will tell you off. She will put you in your place if you're riding her wrong. She is a very sensitive mare. She always has been. She is incredibly sensitive on her mouth, so she is kind of one of the horses that, what are you doing? Oh, you're going over there. Taught me to be softer with my hands. She's also one that kind of started everything. Compared to horses I've had in the past, this mare has really brought everything together for me. And obviously because of her age now, she's not doing an awful lot. She is going to start going out on very, very small hacks. She has had a fair few injuries over the years. She is very prone to abscesses, no matter how much you look after her feet. She has also done a bit of Western riding with me and my dad. Now she's going to scratch. But mainly she is just used as a happy hacker. And the reason I hack her, I know she is 27 years old, so I know there's going to be comments, oh, well, she's 27, why do you still ride her? And that's a very valid question. I'm not going to lie to you guys. But when we tried to retire Trix about 4 years ago, she went downhill. She got really depressed, really miserable. She didn't really want to do much. Trickers! Stop. There's nothing on you. She was just really, she lost a hell of a lot of weight. So we took her out of retirement and we just started hacking. We did very gentle schooling with her and she came back to the beautiful Tricker you now know. But seeing her decline the way she did, oh, for God's sake, stop it. Kind of broke us. It really hurt to see her just decline. So she is used for a few things. She does go for playing sessions with my dad. She's like, hello. She has been a very intricate part of this herd. She is top mare, by the way. She is the head of my herd. Even though I've got all family related horses in my herd, she is the head honcho, aren't you? Yes, you are. And sometimes she forgets that, yes, while she is the head of the other two, she's not always the head of us. Aren't you? You are beautiful. Farrier coming tomorrow. Stand up, stop being an ass. Oh, you. Can I have your mouth? Rah. Oh, Tricky, now you're just being a dick. So she's done an awful lot in her lifetime. She has been a babysitter to Dixie, who is her half sister. Same mums, different dads, and Trix is the oldest out of all of her siblings. And she forgets how to stand still sometimes. But other than that, I've done an awful lot with this mare. Trix is also the mare that got me back into bareback riding. Stand up, stop being an idiot. So I owe her an awful, awful, awful lot, and she's always done everything I've asked out of her. If I've been riding like crap, she normally tells me off. Don't you? Don't you? You are very good at telling people off. Yes. There you go. And she does get bored very easily. She wants to go back into her stable. So Trix's history with us is she has had ligament issues. She's had an abscess issues. Currently we're dealing with the possibility that she might have hip arthritis just because of how sore she's been throughout her whole back. But obviously I do have their physio coming incredibly soon to look at them and obviously give them a treatment if they need. Now Tricker here, obviously if she does have hip arthritis, she's not going to be used for anything other than going for walks to help, and she does stay out the majority of the time. One thing with Trix is that if she is out for too long and she wants in, she will stand by the gate and paw at the gate and get very, very arsy with you. And sometimes, being the big horse that she is, she will barge through you. She knows she can do it. So one of those things with Trickers is we do have to watch what we feed her as well. She's never had ulcers with me. She's never been scoped with me because there's never been any reason to have her scoped. But the whole point of her starting this is the fact that I've known her since I was young, and it was a miracle to have her back. In all fairness, it was incredibly lucky to have her back. She was not the horse I went to look at. I did go to look at a grey gelding, and then we seen Tricker, and Dad had Tricks. So Tricker's kind of like a miracle horse who we didn't recognise at first. Then obviously we got her home, we got her passport. I actually realised, hang on a second, this is a horse that we knew when I was younger. But to stay the safe, don't ever give up on horses, even if you have sold them. My horses will never be for sale. Trix will never be going anywhere. She's here for the rest of her life now. Obviously 27 years old, and she looks like an absolute beast. All right, come on then, you want to go in? Come on then, let's go. Right, I might as well just do it all in one vlog. This is Dixie, also known as Mexican Stars, also known as Dix. She is my first homebred mare. She is 15.3 at 12 years old. She is obviously the half sister of Trix. She is out of Multicolours GF, which is a warm blood, so she's a thoroughbred cross warm blood. So Tricker and Dixie share the same mum, but not the same dad. Dixie, I've owned since a foal. She has had a fair amount of issues, haven't you? But she is incredibly funny, and believe it or not, owning Dixie has taught me an awful lot over the years. So I've owned Dixie and Tricker for 12 years because I've had her since she was a baby. She is the most cheekiest, the most naughtiest out of the herd, but what she lacks in her riding capacity, which we've done an awful lot with, well, not that much, but what I have done with her is, the reason we have Dixie is Dixie was meant to be my up and coming I can't talk now. That's my foot. My prospect dressage horse. Hello, Hazel.
We found a postmates nest.
Where was it?
Down by the stream.
Oh.
Yeah, I've got by the other end.
Oh.
Look at there with that stick.
Hayes, if you go near this horse with a stick, she is liable to boot you, and I'm not joking.
She kissed you from there, mate. You're going to wind up at the top gate. Touch her in there. Hello.
So, she's brought as a dressage prospect because I lost everything in jumping. The only horse I actually ever jumped was Trix. Hi, Dad. I've grown Tricker.
Oh, hello everyone. I came with a stick. That's heavy like a sword.
Get away from my horses with that stick, you were already told.
With a stick that weighs as a sword.
Just go.
Does it actually weigh such?
Thank you.
Got a fair few cuts over her, Dad.
Well, if they did have those bushes up there, they would have though.
Why?
There's a lot of very hard sticks in that up there.
Can you pass me the purple spray, please?
Huh?
Can you pass me the purple spray under the fly spray?
Purple spray.
Yeah. She was brought as a prospect dressage horse because I didn't really have the intention of eventing her, which, seeing her jump now, I would like to event her at some point. But Dixie's had a fair few issues. She's had ulcers. Sorry?
What play by the gate though? We play this bit out there.
What did you say, Dad?
Go back in the field. I said she had a brain drain.
Yeah, she's had a brain drain. She is a very complicated horse, but because she is complicated, she is also the one who is given an awful lot. She is a stress head. She has separation anxiety away from Tripper. Good girl, stand. So before we moved here, she's done a little bit of dressage before we came here. And the plan is to hopefully get her back into dressage because she can move absolutely amazingly. Currently, obviously before we moved here and we moved to our new home and our new yard with my lovely yard owner, Dixie was x-rayed and it showed that she had hock arthritis. Now, being the structure that she is very compact, she's very short. With her sizing and with her breeding coming from a big mare out of their mum, and their dad was quite big actually. Oh, her dad was quite big. But she has had a few issues. Now we are working with vets. We have been working with vets for an incredibly long time. I have had a fair few instructors come through to try and help what's going on with Dixie. So when we got her x-rayed, the hock arthritis kind of made sense, although it's very rare to get it in a horse this young who hasn't got a lot of miles on her at all. In some sense, she is still incredibly green. She is very intelligent and she knows it. Now the one difference between these two is however much Dixie might be smaller than Trix, Trix at least will give you a warning. This one gives no warning at all. She will just bronc you, buck you, rear you, spin, kick out, bolt. She gives no warning at all that she's going to do anything. Even if you're on the back or even if you're on the ground, she still doesn't give very much warning. She has had hormonal imbalances, so we've had things like that for her. Go through all of that with her. But throughout the years of owning Dixie, it's taught me one thing: to never give up. And that's what I've done. Most people I know have asked me, why have you never given up on this horse? And I haven't. Never. She was my first homebred. She was technically the first one I wanted as a project horse. She was my first project horse to buy in. And obviously I had her when Hazel wasn't even born yet. So that can tell you a little bit of something about me. But having her over the last 12 years of owning this horse has taught me an awful lot. Whether you ride them or don't, spending time with them each day is more important. Dixie and I do have a very good bond. However, sometimes she shows she doesn't. She is a pain in the backside, aren't she? She likes getting her and she likes picking fights with her older sister. But that is the point of having my girls. I would not change them for the world. As I said with Trix, none of my horses are ever going to be for sale. She is a pain in the ass, a money pit, and costs me an awful lot in my own mental health, but then she also fixes it. I do worry about her an awful lot. Right, should we get your niece out now, because you're done. And you look like you want to go back to sleep, because I did wake her up from a little bit of a sleep. Hello. You're beautiful. You're watching the goats, aren't you? Let me close that. So glad the farrier is coming tomorrow. Yeah. 12:15? Yeah. Well, I'll be up here. You can go home if you want. But their feet are really bad. Right. For those of you who don't know, this is Apollo. This is my youngest out of my entire herd. So Apollo is a thoroughbred, once again, crossed Irish sports horse. Her father is the brother of Dixie and Tricker. Really, we're being silly about a brush. So she is the youngest. Now, one of the reasons we brought Apollo, Adam and I brought Apollo. Apollo, technically, I was never meant to get. I sent Tricker away for stud a few years ago, and she didn't catch. She became very poorly, very depressed. So the decision was made, because we brought Trix home. We were looking for another horse. I was ideally looking for one that I could breed myself, but things with Dixie didn't work out the way we wanted it to, and so we ended up buying, because Dad said no more bays.
So we got Chestnut because that was my choice.
So we ended up searching for anything other than a bay. Luckily enough, this little one was the first to walk over to us in the field when she was incredibly ickle. So Apollo was chosen. Her actual name is Langengeller's King's Impulse. I called her Apollo. Come on. Good girl.
And also, I picked the horses
Yeah.
for reseller because my brother said no bay and Chestnut was closest to a bay.
A bay is a brown, a chestnut is an orange.
I know, but Chestnut is an orange.
Too close, get away.
She looks like a brown, but it was like
What sprinkles?
yeah, like that.
What?
I'm gonna practice her.
Just get away from the horses, Hazel. So I learned the mistake with Dixie. I started Dixie too young. So with Apollo, I've allowed her to grow, I've allowed her to mature, and she is nearly the same size as Trix. She is 4 years old, so this year we are backing, breaking her in, doing things with her. And one trait that all my horses share together is that, oh, going past a certain point on the drive line, they hate. Come on, stop being silly. So the reason for buying Apollo, she is my prospect eventing horse. My partner Adam wants her for Western riding because he absolutely loves it. So she is my prospect event horse. She is my project. She is brought for that reason, to be an eventer. I mean, I don't really jump anymore, so having her as a dressage horse would be great, but obviously we brought her as an ideal horse for Hazel when she's older and Hazel chooses to ride.
I did stop riding stuff, but
You've got a horse you can ride in there.
no, she's too big. She's not like stuff. Yeah, good. I have stuff on a polo. Flat.
So with her, obviously we have had the vet out recently for Apollo because she had a lump on her neck. So for her, she does have a thyroid issue. All my horses seem to have issues, but she is the youngster out of all of them. She is very quirky, but she is very, very calm as well sometimes. I don't really know what to say, other than she's the only chestnut out of the whole lot. But she will stand for ages to have cuddles. There's one good thing about her.
Hi, girl.
Right, off you go, please. Can you ask Grandad to bring me the Western saddle, please?
Yeah. Right on.
So for Apollo, we're obviously starting the backing and breaking. I am using my dad's Western saddle that fits Trix. So hopefully, because Tricker's saddle, don't do that. That is her only one thing, she nips the back of your legs. My dad's Western saddle fits Trix, but Tricker's English saddle also fits Apollo, so I'm kind of hoping that maybe the Western saddle will fit her. The Western saddle is heavier than our English saddles. It does sit a lot differently, so getting her used to different things like that will be obviously a bonus. It took me ages to get Dixie to accept it. That is her only one bad trait, she still nips. But she's a very good baby, she's just learning. And because I've let her grow and mature, and I've only done a fair few things with her, I've not pushed her as much as I had pushed Dixie previously. So I did learn my mistake from Dixie about just letting them grow and mature. I'm hoping I can send her away to one of my instructors soon to further her education. I do want to start taking her out on walks across the roads, but that's just going to have to be something we deal with once I can start long reining her properly, because she hates it. She does pick fights with Dixie. I don't know why, but she does. She's watching Dad come down with that saddle. Good girl. That's so brave. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl.
They're tied up anyway.
Yeah, that's fine, Dad.
Hey. Hello, baby. Hello, baby. Good girl.
Just what she doesn't
Good girl.
nip you, Dad. That was all.
It's all right.
The Western saddle
Up a
is
bit.
heavier. Up a bit. I
Back.
thought I was going to say.
There you go. There you are. Away from those buckles.
Good girl. It does sit differently to an English saddle. It sits done. It sits further
Sorry.
back. That's all right. It sits further back, so it gives the freedom of the shoulder. So, because Dad's Western saddle is old and it is still heavy, getting her used to this kind of weight before we put the dummy on her back is something she does have to get used to. Obviously, don't nip.
Chiggy's cleaning.
What, your saddle or the horse?
Sorry.
Yeah, your saddle does. Obviously, we have sat on her when she's been laid down in the stable. But now we're going to start backing and breaking her. She is a big girl now. I think she's what, 16.3?
Like that?
She's about 16.3. I'm not going to put my foot down on it because Trix is 17.2, Dixie's 15.3. She's bigger than Dixie, but not as big as Trix. But she's catching Trix up very quickly. Good girl.
27 and she's 4.
Shut up!
No,
She's talking about the age though.
I wasn't on about the age, I was on about the heights.
I know. But Apollo in that rate of height, just at 4,
Good girl.
You want the stirrups down?
I don't know.
Alright, good man.
Ouch! Would you stop it? For God's sake. I said I wouldn't hit you, but
Otherwise I'd drop them otherwise.
I don't know how she's going to react. And I don't know how you've tied them up either.
I haven't tied them up at all really. I just really
Just be careful to move.
easy.
Just move if you need to, Dad. It's not tied up or anything. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh, clever girl. It doesn't fit her perfectly as much as it fits Trix.
I already tied it up. I have to carry it.
Yeah.
I got by my girth.
Your girth's in the feed room. In the hay room, sorry. It doesn't fit her as perfectly as it fits Trix, but it's a start.
Not bad, yeah.
It's not a bad fit.
I mean, that's all code up to the bedroom.
Yeah.
Apollo's still getting big.
Don't worry about it.
No, she's not. Good girl. Oh, you big-headed beluga. Dixie and Apollo also have pink noses, so we do have to put sun cream on their noses, which Apollo's gotten better since Dad started doing it.
Yeah.
Dixie's still a bit of a nightmare. Don't chew Dad's Western saddle. Right, you take it off. Take it off. Good girl. Good girl. So because obviously she is the baby of the herd, she does get a lot of time spent with her. So we do try and equal out our time. Obviously, where we're back in training with her now, we do have to spend a bit more time with her. But they've not done an awful lot of work this week. I'm so glad our farrier is out tomorrow to do their feet, because once their feet are done, she's being worked. Trick is going for a walk with me and Dixie, and hopefully we'll see what happens. But can you stop eating things? I'm going to take this off you now. Good girl. Obviously she's had saddles on in the past. And I've done a bit of saddle and weight training with her. But it was just a case of today is to see how she took the Western saddle. Because I've never actually tried it on her. Now she's going to come and sniff. I don't mind introducing Apollo into new things. Normally she takes them in her stride, but as I was saying, she is my prospect event horse. She is a horse that I hope will teach Hazel as we teach her up through the levels. She does have beautiful movement. She has a beautiful, beautiful jump on her. So it's kind of one of those. Ideally, I would like to keep all 4 feet on the ground and not jump, but as an event horse she has to jump. So we'll see what she does as she continues her training. We'll see how much she likes. Obviously Hazel and I are going to go down this week and sort out our training arena, so we can start introducing her to things that will scare her, that are out on the roads but without being on the roads. Introduce her to new things that she hasn't fully seen before. She is very good with farm equipment, although big tractors do still scare her a bit, especially on the roads. But in the field, if the tractor's in the field, she'll just want to play. She is one of those horses where in the field she doesn't mind out somewhere new. She is loading is still a bit of an issue with her. She will load with Adam, she doesn't really load with me, but that's because she has a really good bond with Adam. When obviously we picked her, Adam and I had only just started seeing each other. When he came up to the yard to meet her, he fell in love with her and she fell in love with him. You're a daddy's girl, aren't you? Yes, you are a daddy's girl. So Apollo has cost a fair few vet bills, but that is expected when you're growing a youngster. A little bit about me. I'm 32. I am a single parent to my daughter. I do have a partner. His name is Adam, who you've probably seen on the vlogs. He's not featured very much at all. I have an 11-year-old daughter and my dad, who you have seen plenty of times on this channel. I've been riding since I was 2. I used to ride at Holtwood Stables, which is down Dorset, which is where I was born, until I moved up here, and then I went to SRS training with Sarah Bennett, which used to be called Shorley Riding School. I went there for an incredibly long time. I had 2 amazing horses on loan from SRS. I had Sebastian, who was a 15-3 Percheron Cross Cob, and then I had Taboo, who is exactly like my 2 bay mares. She was a thoroughbred cross Irish draft. She was absolutely amazing. I have had horses in my life for a very long time. The lady who owns this yard, Jill, is one of my dad's childhood friends. Jill had a horse called Benson. I came and rode Benson for about 2 years whilst I was in college, and then I stopped riding because I went and done a university, mainly studying in horse management. But I do also have an English major, a history and a mythological major. I have a degree in mythology as well. So that kind of works. I do want to be able to own our own land at one point in my life. I would love to have my horses directly on my doorstep, giving me more time to create content, more time to spend with you guys, more time vlogging, and obviously spending a lot more time with them. I am a carer for my dad. He is registered disabled. He fought in the Falklands. He is an ex-Royal Marine, and my daughter is currently going into year 6 of school. My partner is a waste disposal operative. He works for the council, and that's it. Really. I have been doing YouTube. I've been vlogging for nearly 4 years. I've been doing YouTube for 3. So I'd love to earn money off it. I do have a full-time job alongside this, which works around me because I can work from home. I do go into the office 2 to 3 times a week, depending if I'm needed in the office. But otherwise, I am at home at work pretty much all the time. Because it is now summer holidays, I obviously have break, but I will be working, doing stuff with Hazel, doing everything I meant to be doing with Hazel. We have had an incredibly rough year so far. We lost Charlie, our cars broke, Dad had to buy a new car. Last year was extremely hard and extremely difficult. Adam and I separated for a little bit. He doesn't live at home anymore, he doesn't stay at home, so we had an incredibly hard year. Hopefully next year he's home, but we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But me being an overthinker, I've already crossed that bridge about 5 times, rerouted routes, and done an awful lot on decision making. But the horses are always the most important. Adam and I do have a dog together. Her name is Angel, who you've seen. But we had a hard time, and I've had a hard time with Dad. This month in particularly seemed it wanted to break me. We obviously lost Charlie at the beginning of the month. Then my dad's car went wrong and it failed its MOT and needed a hell of a lot of work to get past another MOT. So that got scrapped. My dad brought a new car. My car then went wrong. We've had issues with Tricker, we had issues with Dixie, we've had the vet out, we've had so much this month seemed to decide to break us. And believe it or not, it almost did. I almost wanted to give up. I've never actually gotten, I've said I've wanted to give up, but I've never gotten to the point where I've actually gone, my horses are better off, my animals are better off. But having them is another sign of my mental health. They do help with my mental health. I don't like talking to strangers about my personal problems in my personal life. I do kind of keep my personal life kind of separate from my YouTube and other people, but I understand some people don't really get to see behind the scenes, and when filming A Week in the Life you don't see an awful lot from behind the scenes of Week in the Lives. But hopefully when we figure out, have their feet done, get my board done properly, because I've not done that in a long time. Dad, where do you want your Western saddle? Yes. I'm talking to you, I'm talking to Dad. Granddad. It comes across like I'm hiding a lot, but I try and keep my private life private for a reason. So anything else you'd like to see on these vlog, guys, please do let me know, and I'll catch you all in the next ones. Bye.